Big night around the NHL last night. Not so much tonight. Panthers just rolling right now. An absolute freight train through the NHL, winning their 12th straight game. Knocked off the Red Wings. They clinched the top seed in the East. Nobody can stop them. Best record in the NHL, but second best odds to win the Stanley Cup behind the Avalanche. RotoWire's Paul Bruno, I have a question for you. Should Florida be the favorite, or are these odds appropriate?
Look, based on what we've seen year to date, I absolutely agree with them being the favorite, but a cautionary note, they may have picked the wrong time to get hot. The right time to get hot is at the start of the playoffs, not a month before. So just keep that in your back pocket when they do get upset somewhere along the way, say the second round against a certain team that I like. In any case, certainly they are legit, but they've earned it. They are playing in the best division in hockey, and 4 of the top teams in the NHL are in the Atlantic Division. So kudos to Florida for doing what they're doing. Yeah,
I mean, as for tonight, and talking about Colorado here, dude, Nathan MacKinnon now at the top of the salaries. He goes up against the second highest priced player, Connor McDavid. Like, if you had to choose between these two studs, like, which one would you go with?
I'm going to go with McDavid for a few reasons, Emerson. MacKinnon is going into the matchup without both of his regular line mates, Landeskog and Renton on the shelf with an injury and a flu bug, I guess, are the two issues. And in addition, they got very little to play for. They've got their position locked up, whereas Edmonton's fighting for playoff positioning. So they're motivated and they're at full strength. So all that adds up to a lean in favor of McDavid for me. Both players have 15 points in their last 10 games, so there's nothing to split hairs there. But I do note that MacKinnon has been outshot by McDavid to the tune of 52-38 over the last 10 games, and that's a factor in DK scoring. So I'll go with all of that in favor of the Edmonton captain.
All right, so if people are spending like a boatload of cash tonight, hook me up with some value.
Arturi Lehkonen moves up to left wing on the top line for the Avs, costing only $3,800 after scoring 7 points on 32 shots the last 10 games played. So that's a must. And then on the flip side, Jesse Puljujarvi in the same game, expecting to line up alongside McDavid and Evander Kane. That's a primo opportunity, and he only cost $3,600 there. And he's averaging 3 shots on goal over his last 8 games, so that's another good pick. But if you're not looking at the marquee matchup, another guy to consider, Jack Roslovic, is on a hot goal streak with 7 in his last 10 games played as his club, Columbus Blue Jackets, host to visiting Ottawa Senators. They're not very good defensively, and he's slated to play second-line minutes as well as getting power play time. He's been among their most consistent producers ever since he was traded there last season, and that makes him well worth the $3,300 price tag tonight.
All right, on the sportsbook, looks like all games tonight, 4 of them, all have 6.5 totals. Which one do you like to go over?
I expect Ottawa-Columbus, the game, to be a high-scoring game, largely because neither team is among the top defensive clubs in the league, and they have more faith in their high-end offensive skill players, some of them are really rolling right now. So I say take the over in that one because it's going to be a loosely played game. And the thought of a game between Colorado and Edmonton conjures up images for me of a lot of goal scoring. I expect that to be the case. I know the Oilers have tightened things up recently, but that's not their DNA, and everybody knows it. Even though the Avs are missing a couple of their top guys, there's still a ton of talent there. This will be another high-scoring tilt.
And hook me up, player prop. You like on this 4-game slate before you take off?
I love the Ottawa Senators' big guns. I'll take Brady Tkachuk to score a goal in a game against Columbus, coming in on a roll with 5 goals and 13 points in his last 10 starts. That'll pay at plus 160, and if Tim Stützle plays, there's some doubt about his status. But if he goes, add him in there. If he scores, he's on a heater right now. That'll pay up to plus 225. And in another game that I'm looking at, the Minnesota Wild have their offense in high gear. It's been that way for more than a month. And in a matchup at home against Seattle, it should be points night there. So look at the first line for Kirill Kaprizov. He's got 5 goals and 12 points on 32 shots. If he scores tonight, that's a plus 105. And then Ryan Hartman on the same line at center is plus 160 to score a goal. He's also got a bit of a heater going on with 5 goals in his last 10 games played.